not too late. Quickies.
Just doing fucking bitches left and right.
Do not want to date men with kids.
Why? Why do you think? Why do you think that? 16?
It's a couple.
Overtime.
How many dates have you been on where the shit was dead in the first 30 minutes? We're not the minority. I think the men that you just described, honestly, I think those are a minority.
Now,
yeah,
you got kids, right?
Yeah. I got an almost 14-year-old.
Almost 14. Okay, I have a few almost adults. Okay, 2 adults now, 1 almost adult. So, did you date when you were dealing with a younger kid, or do you feel like what's that dynamic for you?
For me, it was easy, I guess, to a degree, because I had my boundaries with what I was willing to do and what I wasn't going to do with my daughter, especially when she was around 3 or 4. Because me and her mother said, we broke up when she was 3 years old. Now she's about to be 14. So, them earlier years, I would never bring her around or have women around my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, unless you were like my friends, you know what I'm saying? Like that. But if I'm dating you, now you don't get that. That's special. You don't get to meet my daughter. You know what I'm saying? In those kind of in that climate. So for me,
do you feel like? So you felt like it was easy for you? It wasn't hard.
No, because we co-parented. So I would, if I'm doing anything, it would be when I didn't have my daughter. My daddy duty weekends, that was for me and her.
Okay.
So I'm not doing that.
Okay. So do you feel like women have it better or worse than men when it comes to the dating with children? When you have your children and they're young?
I think it's harder because they have to navigate that, because most often they're the primary parent. You know what I'm saying? The father isn't around. So it's a little harder for them because they have to get the babysitter. They have to, especially if they're trying to go out and do something, movies, or you're trying to plan a date, then there's some extra things they got to do to be able to go out on said date. So you have to understand, so as a man entering in that type of situation, you have to understand and have patience to know. For me, what I find and what I don't like, women that just so quick to put a random dude around their kids, man, that's such a big turnoff.
What do you feel like is a time frame that should happen?
I think it's a conversation that has to be had, and then from there, because you don't know that other person's comfortability. So I think, if y'all been out on a few dates and things have kind of progressed in a good way, and y'all been at it for a while, I would say, just given the time frame, say a month. Y'all been kicking it pretty good for about a month and some change. I think at that point, if for instance, say she wanted to come, wanted to cook me cook dinner, you know what I'm saying? Or let's have a dinner together at her place or something like that. Or let's take the kids out and you out to dinner. I'm gonna treat everybody. Something like that, to where it's coordinated and it's okay on both fronts. But what's not okay, I meet you, we rap, we go out together like one time, and then we go out, trying to do something again, and now you want to, hey, so, you want to come over and hang out with me and my kids, or do you want to go out to dinner with me and my kids, or do you want to go such and such, watch my son play and all this? Like, nah, not yet.
So a month, though, a month seems fast. I don't want to say it sounds like a quickie, but it sounds fast. It sounds fast. So are you saying like how often during that month are y'all going out or hanging out or whatever to be that you're that comfortable?
The dating climate, because dating in today's dating climate is a lot different than how it was maybe about 4, 5, maybe 6 years ago, to a degree. Everything is, like I said, the whole social media thing, and then people, these days, hell, we might not go out every day, but I guarantee you we FaceTiming every day. You know what I'm saying? Are we doing something?
So you're saying that the quality time then matters, not just going out on dates. So how much time are you spending, the conversations, all that equals up into your level of comfort.
100%, because the more that you engage with a person, that transfers. You know what I'm saying? So the more that you actually talk to a person, you're gonna get a good feel for that person's, vibe or kind of where their head's at. The more time you spend around a person, you get a good idea of their mannerisms, get a good idea of their actions, you know what I'm saying, versus their words. So I mean, in a month's time, honestly, if y'all go out once a week or once a week, which is might be a big ask for a single parent, especially a woman, but if they're able to make that time, that's y'all going out once a week. So in a month's time, we didn't kick it pretty heavy for a month. Whether y'all see each other maybe once or twice, but y'all talk to each other pretty much every day. That all adds up. So by the end of that time, there's going to be a level where you're comfortable with doing something.
I say women are judged far more than men are when it comes to dating with kids and things like that. Now, I think when I was younger, or when my kids were younger, and obviously I was younger too, but when I was younger, dating wasn't something I particularly wanted to do with them around. And then it's not going to be where they are put around this person until that person is a boyfriend in a relationship. There's a commitment and all that kind of stuff. Unless, again, it's the context, if you met him as friends and stuff like that, and you already know him, then that's a different situation. But I feel like women are judged unfairly. We're called hoes, we're called all these different things when we have children and we're trying to date.
Somebody asks, is it hard to date? Well, because I got kids. No, it's not hard to date. What happened is y'all be like, oh no, I can date. I don't mind somebody with kids. And then you see that I'm real strict about my goddamn schedule. From 8 to 12, I'm not texting back that fast because I'm tending to my kids from 1 to 3. They sleep, so I'm texting back fast. So you might feel like, okay, she ain't consistent. Then from 3 to goddamn 7, I'm not texting back fast because we found our second activity for the day. I'm tending to my goddamn kids, and then after 8 o'clock, I'm blowing that phone down because they sleep. Hey, balance. I got kids, y'all. You feel me? So if you not okay with that schedule, don't try to fuck with me, bro. I'm a mom first. All that funny shit and all that other. I'm a mom. And then, on the weekends, when one of my kids free, right now.
That whole thing where the woman is the total package with the kid too. But now there are guys that are not the single parents, not single parents per se, but that are parents of younger children that are dating. And at my age now, I'm still in that mommy mode, but not in the kid mommy. Like, I ain't trying to have kids, but I can take care of, and that sort of thing, right? So dating a man that has younger kids was something I recently experienced. And I instantly went into mommy mode with these kids that I hadn't met yet or anything like that. So it's interesting that you said that.
It's fun. It's crazy. I think in today's climate, there are more women that do not want to date men with kids.
Why do you think that? 16?
It's a couple. Some don't have kids. And usually these are the women, I would say between 30 to 35, maybe 28 to 35. They don't have kids, so they want a shared experience. They want a man that does not have kids like them, so they can actually share in an experience. Should they have, shit work and they decide to have a kid. They want to have their own kid together, not, a blended family, so to speak, type situation. Now,
this is getting a little TMI-ish, but I am a woman that has children. My children are now about to be adults for the most part. So my dating world is, yes, dating men with kids has been like, oh yeah, because they'll know my experience. They'll have the same sorts of understanding and ideas or whatever about family that I have, and so on and so forth. No, there's a situation that I did not account for. Now, thankfully, the last situation I wasn't dealing with him long enough to even experience it if it was an issue. But the baby mama drama, they don't have the baby mamas in check. The baby mamas don't understand boundaries. The baby mamas cause issues. They don't want to see him with anybody else. When you're dealing with a man that has kids, that's what you deal with when it's younger kids. Now, if it's older teenagers and stuff like that, I don't think you run into it as much. So now my thought has been, oh, if I date somebody with kids, I want the kids to be older, my age range kids or older, because now I'm not dealing with the baby mamas as much. And now it's not so much as a guy, it's the baby mamas. And I hate to even say that, being a baby mama my damn self, but I'm not that baby mama. I've never been that baby mama. So for me, it's like, I don't understand that life. Huh?
I commend you for that, because
I've just never been.
And I know somebody would be like, girl, you and your 3 kids. But because I feel like, oh my God, this is gonna sound so ghetto, but I really feel like I'm the best baby mama to have, because I truly, when I move on, I just truly move on. I don't bother you, I don't call you, I don't be worried about what your girlfriend doing, I'll be none of that. We don't even need to meet. I arrange my nannies to like drop off the kids. So I say all that to say, like, when I have tried to do the stepmom thing, their baby mamas are just not ready to let go, and they will just drag it through the mud.
I think that's the thing. Men dating women with, kids like that. Not a day in my life have I ever concerned myself with that woman's child's father, that baby daddy, whatever you want to call it. I've never ever concerned myself with that. And unfortunately, nobody I've ever dated had to ever worry about my daughter's mother, because we're fucking grown. We know how to be grown. We don't, I'm not, if it is not about the kid, I don't entertain nothing. You know what I mean? So neither does she. I'm not trying to get at her. She's happily married now for 7 years. Happiest. I was her biggest fan. But again, but see, that's the thing too. That's the thing. As women, or when y'all date dudes with kids, I can see that being an issue, because some women out here clearly have their priorities fucked up when it comes to, hey, it's about the kid. It's not about me and you anymore. I'm moving on. You can do this thing.
Dating with kids is not for the weak, and a lot of times it's not. And I don't say that because I'm talking about I have issues with babysitters and all that. Even when my kids were younger, it wasn't the issues with the babysitters per se as it was the baby mamas or the girlfriends of the now exes. That the other flip of it is the kids' fathers, their new relationships. I done had to say some things to certain folks and set their ass straight. So it's that early on. If you don't address it, then it keeps on going on. You got the drama forever, as long as you're dealing with that dude and he don't have boundaries. So that's what a lot of times is the issues with dating men with kids, is that the baby mamas of the men with the kids don't have boundaries enforced with the women, or they already disrespect them. So now they just coming into the situation, popping up at the house. Hey, give me money. Your baby need this. Your kid need that. And there is no respect or nothing. But that's a red flag, because then now you're saying he don't have boundaries. He don't understand how to put his foot down. You're going to be dealing with that shit forever.
Absolutely. And I think that's the big thing. Like, dudes, for the life of me, I don't understand how they don't have. And I've seen it to where it's like, dude, why ain't you checking that shit? Like, that's not ever cool. Like, I'm not popping up nowhere I'm not supposed to be there. Especially when now unless my daughter.
Do you feel like dudes? Right. Now that's fair. But do you feel like men don't deal with the baby daddy's drama as much as the women do when it comes to dating women with children?
No. Not near. I think, and I'll use myself as an example here with this one. Like, when my daughter's mom met her husband, her now husband, when they were dating. I knew about dude, but I only knew about dude for my daughter. But I always listened to my daughter, and I always asked, "So how does he treat you? Treat you good? All that." Like, my daughter's old enough to know how to be treated, because I show her how to be treated. So, and he took care of her, loves her, wouldn't let nothing happen. We're not the minority. I think the men that you just described, honestly, I think those are a minority, not the majority of single parent men that handle their responsibilities as men with their children. Now, tying this shit back around, dating, single parents dating.
But y'all do tend to have more freedom. Y'all at the club all late. Y'all just doing fucking bitches left and right and no concern at all for no concern that you got to go get your baby from school or you got to pick them up because they got a fever or something and you got to stop what you're doing. Get back there. Get them. Y'all don't have to deal with none of that shit. Especially the younger ones. And it's like, oh, they live with their mom. They're not teenagers and all this other kind of stuff. They don't have kids until like it's like, oh, what the holidays or something. Now you see them pictured up with their kids. Like, hey, son is like, bro, you don't see me but on Christmas and Easter, nigga. You know, and maybe Halloween or something, or Thanksgiving rather. You're trying to kind of figure out how soon you're supposed to do that. Because you said a month. That's interesting.
You know, that's one of those.
That's interesting.
Got to go with the flow with that one too. You got to go with the flow with that one, kind of see where that lands. Because
the flow didn't go. The flow didn't go, so we don't have to talk about that no more.
No, what I'm saying is though, I say about a month, but some people may not. You know, that it could take people longer. Like for me, like I said, you know, I was dating, a young lady around that time. You know, Zoe was, you know, been around 4 years old, 5 years old, somewhere in there, and you know, I mean, like it took a while. It took a while before she got to be around her, like a while. So it was more than a month. Like, yeah, and she had a young daughter too. They were actually the same age. I don't do play dates and stuff like that when I'm just getting to know. I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to get to know you.
Exactly. Our kids end up being best friends, but I end up disliking you. That ain't gonna work.
Exactly. Oh no, can't have it. So yeah. And like I said, women do get that. Y'all do get the raw end of the raw deal in that situation because it's a fucked up double standard because men, again, like I said, we're not usually the predominant, you know, the primary parent. So the kid normally doesn't live with the man if you're co-parenting, right? So it's we have a little more freedom to do things as single parents do.
I think y'all have a lot more freedom.
The only thing is, I would say what I would encourage women in these situations, if you are co-parenting and you're doing, y'all doing okay with that. If you find somebody that you feel like you should move on, I would just say communicate that to your child's father. Men do the same because we don't want our kids around people who don't have their best interests at heart. Ultimately, so
that's true. And what I will say is, on this, we try to give our opinion, not necessarily advice, because people take advice and then they be like, hey, he said do this. Like, no. We're not giving advice here. This is all, it's supposed to be quick commentary, but we done got real serious real fast. What's going on, y'all? This is your girl, Jae Marie. I am here for this season of Quickies. I hope y'all are enjoying it. I hope y'all have been enjoying everything we got. By the way, this tea, you can get it at thequickieshow.com and drop me a line, 940-343-5685. That is the Quickies hotline. Bring it some time, okay? This is your girl, Jae Marie. Peace.
It's not too late. Quickies.